Hi students, happy Monday. This is your May 4th Monday video, and today we're going to start off with the greatest common factor. Now, we did this a little bit, but not a lot. So let me show you how to GCF, greatest common factor. The first thing you're going to want to do is put both your numbers like this. So we want to find the greatest common factor of 20 and 40, and then do like an upside down division symbol. Now we want to come up with something that can go into both of these. And since they both end in a 0, I know that 10 will go into both of them. 10 goes into 20 2 times. 10 goes into 40 4 times. Okay? Now, I'm going to do it again. What can I get to go evenly into both of those? Well, 2. 2 goes into 2 1 time. 2 goes into 4 2 times. Okay? Now, we need them to go into both. So, now that we have a 1 and a 2, nothing goes into both of these. We've broken it down. Now here's how you find the greatest common factor. You're going to take these two numbers, and you're going to times them together. So 10 times 2 is 20. Your GCF is 20. Easy peasy. Okay, next is a multiplication of decimals. We've been working on this a lot. So we've got, I'm going to write my numbers nice and far apart. I'm going to ignore my decimal point for the most part. Don't worry about your decimals right now. We're going to figure that out later. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 4 is 44. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 4 is 44. Keep it all lined up. Nice and neat. Okay, go ahead and erase these. Or cross them out so you don't get confused. Ready? 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. Okay? Same thing. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. Go ahead and add those up. This is going to give you a 0, a 4, a 4, and a 4. You do not need a 0 in front of this. Because you know how in decimals you can add as many to the end and it doesn't change the value? You can add as many before this and it doesn't change the value. So now we need to figure out where we're going to put the decimal point. So count the spaces to the right of the decimal. So here we have 1 space. Okay? Here we have 2 spaces. Add them together, you've got 3. Come over here to the end of your whole number. 1, 2, 3. Your answer should be 4 and 44 hundredths. Okay? Excellent job. Oh, I scrolled. Scrolled too far. Okie doke. 3 times 1/7. It's a whole number by a fraction. Big 3 times 1/7. Okay? You need to make this into a fraction. Put a 1 under it. I like to rewrite it so it stays nice and neat. Multiply straight across. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 7 is 7. Think to myself, can I reduce this? Can I reduce this? No, nothing goes into both of them, so this is your final answer. All right, division of decimals. 0.24 divided by 0.08. Now, you know that you can't have a decimal in your divisor. You have to make it into a whole number. And whatever you do to the outside, you're going to do to the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and have 8. I can drop the zeros in the front. I don't have to keep zeros in the front. Divided by 24. Okay? 8 goes into 24 3 times. That's it. Easy peasy. 3. Good job. All right, choose the correct symbol to fill in the blank. So this is where we're really going to look at place value. So we've got 4 and 56. And then I'll put our circle in 356. Well, this one's going to be pretty easy because you always start with your largest place value. So when we compare 4 to 3, what would you rather have? $3 or $4? That's going to be your bigger number. Now we're going to compare fractions. The easiest and most efficient way to do that is the butterfly method. So I've got 2/3 and 1/3. And the way we do that is draw our butterfly. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 is the bigger number. So 2/3 is a bigger fraction than 1/3. And you could have also just looked at it because your denominator here is the same. And if you have thirds, obviously 2 is bigger than 1. So you probably didn't even have to use that method. All right, we're going to simplify a fraction. Simplify means reduce. Reduce, simplify, same diff. 2/8. Now, since both of these are even numbers, I know that I can put 2 into each of them. I can at least start there. So, it's also like saying this. 2 divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 1 time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 1/4. Done. Okay. We're going to simplify another fraction. You can do this one a couple of different ways. But let's think about this. If I put 3 into 9, I can also put 3 into 18. And I can keep going. But I want you to think about your math facts when you're reducing. 9 goes into 9. Does 9 go into 18? Oh yeah, it's going to get you there a lot faster. Also, 9 is half of 18, which means what? It's going to be a benchmark fraction, 1/2. We're going to simplify another fraction. 25/100. Anytime you see a 25, a 50, a 75, I want you to think about money. And I want you to think about quarters and how many quarters make up $1. So if we think about that, how many quarters do you need to have $1? Yeah, I want to show you another way though. In case you don't know that, look. Remember, 5 can go into anything that ends in a 5 or a 0. So if you didn't catch this, if you didn't think like, oh, money, you can definitely divide each of these by 5. And that's going to give you 5, 20, 20ths. Sorry. But you can go further, because 5 can be reduced as well. And it will give you 1/4. So, same way, 2 different ways, doesn't matter how you get there. Find the quotient. This is that keep, change, flip. Now, this one's going to be kind of easy because anything times 1 is 1. So if we have 1 divided by 1/7, okay, you have to make your whole number into a fraction. Okay, so 1/1, keep, change from a division sign to a multiplication sign, flip. Okay? Keep, change, flip. So now we have 1 times 7 is 7. And 1 times 1 is 1. Now, you know that when your numerator is bigger than your denominator, that means you have at least 1 whole in there. So ask yourself, how many times does 1 go into 7? 7 times. Big 7. Big 7. Okay? All right. That's Monday. I will see you tomorrow.